Antwaso Amfa in Koranko school. Ye ka poisoned rice and the free SHS. In Kora edi e mobonia omu. Sanyoma wenyina omudi ashawo no omudi free SHS nko atoso. Inti a whole cake. A cake of lies and deceit. The icing on the cake is free SHS. In this awucha cake ni mo a ubon se inside no nyoma ewomu no ema icing no looking very stupid. Inti icing na ho into we cake na omo presented to you. Cake na MPP for the ma na ubon se icing na ho no mane efe ubiema a full of de ejanan. Ejanan na metse enwo kire na. The funny thing is nyoma omon pese mobeka ho asem no ene ne nyoma ehia. How many people in Ghana and amena woka say omunim se eye free SHS our constitution ma 2015 na Mahama start here nipa bebre nim anameboa. How many people na Ghana omomba sisia eco free SHS omun do 3%. How many people no more Ghana omo pese economy ni yeye no mutumi edigwa emo omusika ahye ne saba. There are so many people. How many people no more Ghana omo pese sebio Ghana ekura yetim or say aban etumi si de indwuma ema mbebu nye adwuma ye. So many people, over 80%. How many people no more pe de hospital papa ayarsabia papa e say UGMC akọ somo yare asa omoma yare. About 80% of Ghanaians nipa say na wo Ghana insi omo benum ehi omo. Over 90 to 95% of Ghanaians. How many people no more Ghana ende omo hwe Ghana de eko senia aban wei etoto nyoma nipa bi enjuma egu senia eye edwadufo entumi nkokwan so nyoma sei nyoma gi ensem. How many people? Over 90%. Into the question here is, why is the NPP only relying on free SHS? They are only relying on free SHS because sa nyoma nipa dodo ni hia no omo ntumi nye. They cannot provide it. One district, one factory, omo ye. On so mon kan ho asem biem. What is about me gina stage abo one district, one factory so. Okay, so the one district, one factory ba na nkoda abrefa imbebu na dwuma. Ebe sinne one district, one factory omo gina stage a obi anka ho asem. What one constituency, one dam. Da ben na wu se ba omi gina stage aka dam na entumu gina so to abama omo 2016 no. What is so maka ho asem? No. There are so many things. 1 million per constituency. What is Omaka Wansem? Omoka se omoba dollar no, ombe manage that 3.8. Omudi akwako do the 17. Do you hear them talk about it? No. Na baumia 2016, 17, 18. Or catcher say Ghana Sika or Bank of Ghana. Obetuma ye nyome bi ema ye Ghana Sika semejina. What is we Gina stage akabi? The omo yene say the real problems na ehia wono. The obetuma ma wa brabo akoso. Sa nyoma na Ghana for dodo 90% ehia when it comes to their economy. Eno no omo jaika. Ena omo di free SHS no dada mo. If you say enda oba Ghana, enya obia na ne bawo SS. Enya obia na why na adwene krampo say oba bewo e di akorako SS. Inti as we speak, obi ko SS no is not the priority of the nation. No. Say obi ebetumi acquire sabia yebeje ne nkwa is a priority of the nation. Se obi sebio obetumi aye adwuma edi aduane abafie ema ne mma ne kununum enye biedi ema omunwu a survive no is a priority of the nation. Ye ka nyoma dodo a nipa dodo ni hia. There are so many people in Ghana at the end of the day omomba any free SHS. The gap between omo dropping out of school in Ghana from primary school to junior high school, a hono drop out of school a lot, and SS. So I could read the statistics of Inquara, omo drop out of school, omo school, omo jai school, no mako tenefia between air class 5 to JSS 3. Sa range, you know, omo drop out of school pa. And in Kabai so my way, see a percent ke chichiri school sem and na JJ Rollins must start here F cube. Now no pokwajima mobile, their concentration was on basic education. Say per se starting your school ni jina na so ye. Na nyoma ye free SHS there ohono. It is something that has been the constitution for years. And it is something that has to be implemented gradually. I was saying me niko basic. Bebia enquarano, bebia omodu age they don't know what to do. Sa part na nka say to me de protect omo. But we know the funny thing about this government. The air dino omojai. The air easy no omo ye. implementing free SHS is the most easiest thing on this planet. Yeah, it is the most easiest. Why do I say it is the easiest? All that you have to do is at the end of the day, say these kids are in school. Matama bainsika. So be benye duane di emfa me ho. So be benye bi papa da emfa me ho. Me insist school emfa me ho. Makacha mo say my free SHS. That's the most easiest thing to implement. The most difficult one to implement in any basic schools, no? From primary all the way to JSS. When I was a buying etumi enya a grasp. When I was a buying no etumi enya that contact with the education ministry. Contact to the student. That is where majority of Abai resources, no, I was say physical. Because akwara our primary to JSS 3. So when to me and rank in Kenya, we will all see it. There are so many people in the senior high school that they can't read, but we don't see it because you're so much free senior high school. So you're Ghanaian, you need to sit back and ask yourself, say, okay, right now, no, what am I voting for? Mawo, meba free SHS. Now, Mrs. Meba free SHS. Na sisi meba ni free SHS. Inti meba ni free SHS a den na wo to abama. O to abama den. O me to abama free SHS. Na wankasa wo to adwuma ban na wo ye. Wankasa wo to rapomu den de sen. Ete sen wankasa wo to no e de insuo ban na wo nom. Enti dia ose the bawo free SHS no onto my free SHS. Now also say economy no and opese ye na unya adwuma papa bi ye na say wadwuma koswa then you vote according to the economy no yaw. Enti so because the free SHS it no beto aba sa nipa ne say me bawo free SHS a manento ema free SHS. Ya wonkora bebra omo free SHS ni mu a omo so omo beto ati aban no busa won say de ntira. If you say omo no mo ti free SHS ni mu omo no nim how bad it is. Omo no nim abaning dada or dada eye omo awofo enkura dodo omo free SHS no any omo wie no they are not willing to vote for this government. Inti sa ukoto abana you need to sit back and ask yourself because enye obi ka se be free SHS no wo free SHS na ope you need to ask yourself what you also need. Ote aya Accra la General Hospital abu otogu oyere nyam ana wo baby bayare se sia obusa wo se obi se the ball free SHS nti na okoto aba wo de nti na wo koto aba because making wa wo ne make say we 65 on wu biem sebio oni wukuru nete o pensions ka na wo dididi sebio pensions ka no amba busumi bia dialysis ana say eduro so okoto wo de eden wo de hwe wo yare no sa sika no amba ubewu. Are you going to vote based on free SHS wo nana bi beko free SHS? That is the question. We are Ghana ni sebio baby out no unim say the air cost no unsio say chema untumi ya galam say unim say e wo say ye jai sade we fu a e wo ho ukokọ fu o say unuanom ensase nyina e say sebio ubusa ho say sesi a ne ye kofia efu a yebusuafo ye jama ye ade a ye didi so nkakra no sesi a ne sade nyina aban se onhwe ho nka ho asem mibusa wo sebio one wo ma eduane amubedi wanka se wapom den efuo no na ehwew question ne say free SHS na obeto ama anase obeto ama aban no abeyi sa galamsey fuo no friwo na wo so no wefuo no etumagina ne na so na wetumato edura hwe wo ho edi bia hwe wo ma omo ni free SHS. If you say your Ghana for bebre Ghana omo ma ni free SHS, at the end of the day omo ma ni free SHS how are they going to eat? Ebe no manya apomuden papa eka aban ne bono omo no mu betua aban ne ba ya wen kreti adwuma ama saa awofo no enti saa amanfo na omo so awie school a omo ye mbebu no a omo wo ya omo mba ni free SHS no omo no so no de enti no omo nto aba. The question is why should I vote? De na wo gina so ato aba because when we SS 3 years ago, when we polytechnics 2 years ago, when we university 2 years ago, onwo ye oya mabunu upe juma o pesa oye den o pesa wo so di ye also pesa omai no nyoma koye. Are you going to vote based on free SHS or you are going to vote based on a government that will come in and create job opportunities for you? That is the question you need to ask yourself. In this original baby na so apan ntoma na say the back of free SHS or no the decision no at the end of the day sani panokrampo no onim the decision and the banner what FSS no eba beye because majority of awofo a omutiem free SHS ofie no omumba na omwo school no kra so omontoma aban no because omu di emo na asay no. You need to be very tactical about how you vote. You need to understand the say abana okoto no NPP for nipa bia omo very diabolic. Omo ya nkophobia omo ya bro. They look at the weakness of their followers. And one will say, nyoma omo so me nyina ende omo mboba akokra so. Right now no they are concentrating on idea omo followers libi have no knowledge about. Me say as a nation baby implementation education dimpa basic. SS is the easiest to implement. Basic education. Baby obanu betumi sua 1 2 3. Obetumi sua ABCD. Obetumi arithmetic. Baby obanu betumi sua basic science. Baby obanu betumi sua calculation. Obanu betumi ehu senior your throw words, your recite, your comprehension. Senior obanu behu basics and senior obedu JSS. Because obano ehu sa nyoma ni nyina na odru JSS or throw exams na obe faili. Aban kasa obi anko SS obeko SS obe panyini kwasia obe pie oba be amdroba, because at the end of the day material na era SS no, it does not have any ambition. It is not a material that has been tested ora SS na obetumi change anything, because akrani free primary no we nya basics no right or GSS no we nya any better education, because aban neglected GSS for. Anytime make catch mo awofo na momba ne bi wo GSS na mo ka say free SHS no aban na yinani ama basic no ena ose monko free SHS oba no otro BC no onya 90 no ra SSR obe pie free SS aba asa aba be den aba be kromfo, because SS no ra no just pass and go enye he is not going to get anything out of SS no okono. Into mo bi catch say oh free SHS aba, you ask yourself wow okoto aba no free SHS no, how is it going to help you? Yeah, jedwa anything and the we a young man onwo da, we a young lady onwo da ejuma na wo pe, we a old man or pension sebio o pension is kakra ba utumi kakra de hwe wo mba o BCA basic education primary any JSS wo de sikari bi hwe wo ho e de ekoto ohundro. Free SHS, how is it going to help you? Eno na wugina so ato aba na se aban bi mra na ombeje eye usika akemu mawo. Aban bi mra na wo bebunu na wunye dwuma ye no aban ne ye den emma we dwuma ye. You need to have a reason for voting. Na MPP for them say Ghana for ye Jimmy. Into the mind they say problems na ehia ye no omo de ni nyina hye cake na se e na omo de free SHS afa ho. Into omo duru baby omo se free SHS. But I know mo refi say omo kan sem bi kire mo. Now ma men kire adekudie ntia sa MPP we eye MPP a omo diabolic emu mpenifo ne nkwara nyina eye akromfo omo nka no kura omo hyeda eye den hyeda edada Ghana fo na nseni ati se Kufuor akasa se Mahmoud Bawumia oye nipa bi a boss Mahmoud Bawumia nipa bi a yankotoma no adentira ose Bawumia awa ban mu 8 years adentira ose Bawumia eye a politician sebio onu na betime di man no so moma yankotie Kufuor asembia okan mi wi ane emfa ngeje se de na nkofo ka efa Kufuor no Kufuor sebio oye trofo oye hypocrite anase oye mambofo menchusu ba kuma no ba wutie wi a ubehu the reason why amanfo bi te se Alankash mo are disappointed in Kufuor ene mitie audio bi a eye otumfo osetutu ehine baako ka the history from time omote MPP emwa eye Kufuor ntuma fambo Alankash but emwa alan ede aboa Kufuor beduru ha before Kufuor aye boni aye etia konwem dada etwa Ghana fontro momientie Kufuor na oka something about presidency, the term and why we should vote for a particular candidate.
You were there for 8 years.
I take that as just political talk. 8 years should be long enough for anybody with solutions to show. The current regime has been in power 8 years almost. So if we are not having the solutions, we shouldn't accept shifting of blame onto earlier regimes.
What Ghana and Fianson as MPP?
I take that as just political talk. 8 years should be long enough for anybody with solutions to show. The current regime has been in power 8 years almost. So if we are not having the solutions, We shouldn't accept shifting of blame onto earlier regimes.
For 8 years.
I take that as just political talk. 8 years should be long enough for anybody with solutions to show. The current regime has been in power 8 years almost. So if we are not having the solutions, we shouldn't accept shifting of.
Yebusa J. Kufuor, or say 8 years is enough for anyone in government who says they have solutions to be able to deliver. When you give a politician 8 years, it's enough to be able to solve every problem. All the solutions you put on the table, 8 years is enough. And I'll say, after 8 years, you are not supposed to blame your predecessor. People who do that don't deserve to lead Ghana. Where J.A. Kufuor, Ankasa, Enumasem. I say 8 years is enough for somebody who says they have solution to solve the problem when given the opportunity. And I'll say, sa person and sa nipano, they are not supposed to blame their predecessors for anything. J.A. Kufuor and a cancer assembly. After 8 years of Mahamudu Bawumia and Kufuor's government, after 8 years of Bawumia telling us he knows everything about economics and that he was going to move us from taxation to production and that he was going to make sure the dollar, which was at 3.8, it stays below. Today, the dollar is at 17.25. As we speak, after 8 years, Mahamudu Bawumia, the unemployment percentage of better, as we speak today, it is out of the roof. We are talking about Ghana Bawumia beto after 8 years. He's supposed to solve and the Bawumia ne Kufuor about Besiacha Bambia in our history. In fact, about Besiacha or no Kufuor no. So what will make anybody get up the next day and say, after all these things I told you, Montoma Bawumia a bonia a deliberate lie. A nipane ni daho na odi mu bone. Kufuor ni daho na odi Ghana for bone. In some Kenya na meka you. Eyo no ane kan na no asem ene yedi ni ka. Mama kwase bi gojira bi se yedi Kufuor atem. Kufuor nkase na no asem ene sebio ensem o kan ene de oye ne no it contradicts. Ene ne boy bra ene ne nhia de Kufuor ka ene de o kan ne ne kire se Kufuor without due respect on kanokre into then and there obi a wodi Ghana so 8 years. And when Kufuor was speaking, he did not say the president or the vice or say when somebody comes to lead, the president and the vice, when they lead after 8 years, the solution no to man solve, they are not supposed to be given any opportunity. So why is Kufuor telling us Yanko Tuma Bawumia? It is because he's choosing his political party, he's choosing his selfish interest, he's choosing his tribe over the development of this country. The same way he came to power, he didn't think about the whole Ghana, but he thought of a few group of people that he could better their lives. In the South Kufuor governance now, Obaye no nipa kuo kitwe bi ene di yie ena ode toilet spread Ghana. Owie no koto go chain tun kom ena o ka kire se ye nyina ye jimi. Ono ani krom bebi atwa ne fruma asantime mu no wentumi ensi one regional hospital. Wentumi anye adwuma titiru bi a ende obi gina asantime wo ka se asantini de shedi president da. Until you could see say these are people we cannot take their word totally. We have to be very worried. We have to be very careful when people like Kufuor, they come, they get the opportunity to speak because they are humans like you. They also have their low points. They also have things they like. They also have selfish interest. It is when Kufuor speaks, let us not sit and say Kufuor kasa edwayafo. No, as far as Kufuor ebetena Ghana akonyan so ebo krono no se otifie na ebi otihuche bu kro betuma sa abokrono. It does not change. Krocha mansa otonsuoma sebio ne won sensan no de bebi agina ne gina ubetuma ye de obe bia but the won sensan de aho ho enti krocha mansa tonsuoma en chese ne won sensan ne beko. So per Kufuor's own statement o make here now ode toto ende Kufuor statement one you could say Kufuor is being very hypocritical in his statement. why would he even tell us yentuma Kufuor do aban we biem? And Ebia want it. This is J. Kufuor.
You were there for 8 years.
I take that as just political talk. 8 years should be long enough for anybody with solutions to show. The current regime has been in power 8 years almost. So if we are not having the solutions, we shouldn't accept shifting of blame onto earlier regimes. I take that as just political talk. 8 years should be long enough for anybody with solutions to show. The current regime has been in power 8 years almost. So if we are not having the solutions, we shouldn't accept shifting of blame onto earlier regimes.
So you see, time now kasa asem we na NDC na power. Or somebody 8 years. 8 years, anybody with solution should be able to solve every solution, every problem. Now NDC na power. And we catch Ghana for say 8 years. They say, Mama, we are buying 8 years. I will say at the end of the day, I buy no and got $1 no etiko lower than 3.8. Sa buy no or sank wafani padudu ejuma. Sa buy no one district, one factory nko see hu. Sa buy no one constituency $1 million is there nko see hu. Sa buy no also obo besia less chain a buy na wo ho no. Sa buy no was at the end of the day no anka Ghana edien ye ndwuma sam ne sika sam ejina ne naso. Sa buy no enisa nko IMF because a buy na wo ho no eko IMF. Sa buy no nko say de wo ye nyina eye positive than a buy na wo ho no. After 8 years owie no say sa aban obetrem 8 years no enisa o blame the predecessor aban atwomko ende yetia Nanado Danko Kufuor ne Bawumia, they are still blaming John Mahama. J. Kufuor hu ni nyina atini nyina. The question here is, why would he come and sit on TV to tell us to say, Yentuma Bawumia, a hypocrite?
What up, my people? I go by the name T-Rhyme, aka the stylish rapper, aka Conscious, aka Fire, aka what I say, BBB. You're watching Davcadotv. Keep it live. Don't go nowhere.